dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the twilight zone.
What's up, y'all? Sorry for being late. Seems like everybody named Mama wanted to call me, including my sister. Then the dogs, I had to take them out before I got on here because I know they'll show their ass. So, yeah. How are y'all doing today, though? Yep, nonsense got me fired the fuck up with that shit she posted. She did. She got me fired the fuck up. The fact that stupid ass bitch wants to tie that shit into this. Some of y'all know about Millersville. Some of y'all don't. I've spoken about it before. Thank you, Kitty Coo. Bo, Shaylee, Gas, Ronan, Pika. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you. I've spoken about Millersville before. And the fuck shit. Like when I say y'all, I got notebooks on top of notebooks full of shit with them. I do. I have notebooks and pages full of shit with Millersville. And they're corrupt as fuck. Hey, Patronus. Sean, the police chief out there, assistant police chief Sean, is the reason why a child predator will walk, because of the illegal investigations that they do. Although this child predator literally pedaled to get to a underage girl. Well, thought it was an underage girl. Literally biked from one county to the next because he thought he was speaking to an underage girl. And come to find out, it was police. Well, they lied though. It actually wasn't police who he was talking to. It was somebody with a program that helps catches child predators. And in the state of Tennessee, in order to convict a child predator, especially with a sting like that, if you're going to entice them and things like that, it has to be law enforcement that speaks to the child predator. Nobody else. You can't get, somebody from a third party group or anything like that. It has to be law enforcement. Well, they lied and said it was law enforcement that spoke to this child predator. Surprise, surprise. Guess what? Hey, Kathy. Guess what? They lied. And the girl that was actually talking to the child predator snitched on their ass on the stand. So the child predator had to fucking walk, pretty much. All because of Sean and his bullshit ass tactics. Hey, Canadian. Well, I appreciate that. Hey, Tia. Shout out to Decipher Podcast. If y'all are not subbed up to them, please make sure y'all are. And I know Nonsense covered this today with the BHB and all of that shit, and y'all showed us. Some of y'all saw me in the chat. I was mad as hell. I was like, I covered this motherfucker. I spoke about this motherfucker 2 months ago. I've been telling y'all about Millersville. I've been telling y'all about this bullshit ass cop and the shit he's been doing. Like, I've been saying it because I had saw it. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Pika had put me on game with what was going on with Millersville because that's more so her area. That's not my area. West 10, I got you all day long. But when you get to Middle and East 10, that's out of my range. Yeah, I know people in those locations, but I'm not gonna front like I just know what's going on over there. You know what I'm saying? So Pika is the one who actually put me on Millersville. I had some people in the chat tell me But, Pika was the one who actually broke it down for me. And when I started looking into it, I was like, what the fuck? So we're going to do a recap of all of Millersville because I know Nonsense covered some of it, but there's a lot that wasn't covered in hers. So I want to do a recap for everybody because I did tell them, hey, if you go back to my old videos, you'll see what I'm talking about. But I wanted to do a recap of what happened with Millersville and the shit that they got going on there. So let me give you a rundown of Millersville. Millersville is in shambles. Hey, Angel. Millersville has had a lot of officials. When I say a lot, they've had a lot. They have fired. They have, some people have gotten fired and turned around and sued. You've had 3 different city managers. When I say the shit that has happened in Millersville, like what Nonsense touch doesn't even scratch the fucking surface of Millersville and all of the shit that has happened there in that county and city. Okay? So, back in January, Millersville city officials have fired the new police chief just days after firing their new city manager and city attorney. They gave no explanation for the terminations. Millersville has had 4 police chiefs since 2021 by either resignation or fired. It's also their 3rd city manager to serve in that time. They are also known for being racist and discriminate against their employees. The city has faced scrutiny over the years for its handling of the police department and several discrimination lawsuits. Some of those lawsuits were filed by a former LE. In 2023, News Channel 5, and if y'all don't know, News Channel 5 is the one who really broke this shit open. News Channel 5 is the ones that's been smacking Millersville ass. I have to go back and look for his name, but when I say he been up in Millersville ass and up in Sean Taylor's, he been all up in their ass. Sean hates him. Sean hates News Channel 5. That's the God's honest truth. He hates them. He tried to get the reporter locked up. That's how much Sean hates that man. So that's why the reporter has made it his business to make his life a living hell. I bullshit y'all not. That Angel. In 2023, News Channel 5 did an investigation of Millersville PD and discovered that the city's top cops were not certified, but still worked full time. So they're not even qualified to fucking be cops, but hey, we got them as cops. Once again, this is Millerville, y'all. This is Millersville. All right. The news station sent the documents to Post. Post is a peace officer standards and training. They are the ones who basically certify and decertify in the state of Tennessee. They're the ones who handle all police complaints, yada, yada, in the state of Tennessee. So those are the big dogs in Tennessee. Post determined that the department was not in compliance with the state law. Former police chief Melvin Brown and assistant chief Glenn Albrecht both resigned during the Post investigation. Surprise, surprise. Now, fast forward to July 2024, the TBI has opened an investigation of Millersville child predator sting. News Channel 5, who blew the whistle on this, stated that Millersville PD partnered with Arizona-based nonprofit Veterans for Child Rescue. That is the group that was talking, or the woman that I told y'all about, who was actually talking to the child predator. That is the group that was actually handling the sting and doing the communications. And like I said, in the state of Tennessee, it has to be law enforcement. If they're going to do a sting against predators, it has to be law enforcement that speak to them. If it's not, the case is null and void and it gets thrown out. And that's what happened with that case. It got null and void because she came out and said, No, I was the one talking, not the police chief. No, I was the one talking to the predator. So that shit got thrown out, and he got to walk. He got to walk on a technicality. Good job, Sean. But you a police. You good. You excellent police. Good job. You letting predators go and shit. All right. They provide chatters to pose online as 12-year-old girls. As a part of their child predator sting, the group was brought into Millersville by the conspiracy-minded assistant police chief Sean Taylor, Mr. Piece of Shit himself, the one I can't stand. The one that still has a fucking job, and I don't understand why. Like, News Channel 5 has tore his ass up. I have tore his ass up. Other fucking sites have tore. Why the fuck he still got a job, I don't know, but yet here we are. So, hey, we're here. And once again, I want to say this again. Under Tennessee law, it's illegal for a person to elicit sex with a minor or a law enforcement officer posing as a minor. Now, y'all see why that case got thrown out? Hey, T. Millersville sting resulted in one person being arrested when the case went before a judge for a preliminary hearing. Millersville detective Todd Doris testified that he and another officer did all of the work. They did it. They was the one talking. They was talking. They did all the work, y'all. Ellie claimed that the nonprofit was there to advise police. They only advised. They didn't do the talking. Detective, he did the talking, okay? That's what we're gonna stick with. A former member of the nonprofit group, Kim Kelly, came forward. Kim provided secret recordings to News Channel 5. The recording showed that she and another colleague were the ones posing as a fucking minor. Sean, once again, what child predator did you get off the street with your illegal ass practices? I mean, he was dead to rights guilty. He was dead to rights guilty. This motherfucker literally biked to get to a 12-year-old. He did. He biked from one county to the next to get to a fucking 12-year-old. But surprise, surprise, due to technicalities and y'all bullshit ass investigation tactics, he got to walk. Proud of you, Sean. Good job. The recording showed that she and another colleague were the one posing as a minor. When the reporter asked Kelly about Doris' testimony, Kelly stated, "It does not represent the truth of what really happened during the operation." Now, let's discuss the Assistant Police Chief, Sean Taylor, Mr. Piece of Shit himself. In my opinion, Sean should not be a cop, let alone an Assistant Police Chief. But once again, yet here we are. Bullshit per usual. I don't know. I don't know. In the state of Tennessee, this shit be all fucked up. So I don't know why he still has a job. Like I said, I know for a fact News Channel 5 has drug his ass through the mud. I have drug his ass through the mud. TBI has drug his ass through the mud. And he still got a job. So does that tell y'all? Taylor believes the conspiracy theories of Democrats are keeping child sex slave locked up in the basement of a pizza parlor in Washington, D.C. He imagines a plot involving some of the country's top officials and also TBI agents, and that they are money laundering too. So he thinks that politicians and at TBI is basically, and the FBI is involved in Now, politicians, let's not lie. Hell, some of these goddamn senators that y'all have elected is convicted chomos, but I digress on that. We're not going to go there tonight. Just look it up. But TBI and FBI, I don't know about that one. And money laundering, but okay. He stated he doesn't trust any agencies as far as like TBI, FBI, DOD. It's like he don't trust nobody except Millersville, y'all. Okay, he don't trust nobody. So, he also has accused some of the most prominent political figures, including his theory with no evidence that the former VP Al Gore was involved in the disappearance and murder of a 20-year-old Holly Bobo in 2011. And if y'all watched my previous video, bullshit. Everybody knows who killed Holly Bobo. They just can't get his ass. Everybody knows. Everybody knows who killed Holly Bobo. It's no secret. From from Mississippi all the way up here to East 10. We know who killed Holly Bobo. And it damn sure wasn't no Al Gore. They just can't get him. Unfortunately. And it wasn't Quentin. I know a lot of people think it was. It wasn't Quentin. It wasn't Quentin. And I mean... I'm just saying. A lot of people think it was Quentin tell us that it wasn't him. It wasn't. People really need to look at that case. And he also stated CBI is involved in the sex trafficking. 2 city commissioners wanted to have a special meeting to figure out how Sean Taylor landed the job of assistant police chief. This question was brought up. Do Millersville residents want a high-ranking cop with a gun, a badge, and power to arrest people who believes in bizarre conspiracy theories with no real evidence to back those claims? No, Mississippi. Not Tennessee. Mississippi, Pika. Holly Bobo was in Mississippi, not in Tennessee. An attorney, Brian Crow, for Millersville conspiracy cop Sean Taylor, has told the commissioners, who he also represents, which I fucking think is still a conflict of interest, because how the fuck do you represent him plus the city and the commissioners? That's just bad business all the way around. Whatever. Anyway, an attorney, Brian Crow, has told the commissioners, who he also represents, the attorney stated that they should not question the assistant chief bizarre theories or psychological fitness because his client Sean Taylor could sue his other client, the city. So nobody sees a conflict of interest in this. I'm just asking. I'm asking for myself. Fuck a friend. Do anybody see a conflict of interest with this? Because I do. How the fuck you represent him, the commissioners, the city, and everybody? Like, it is a conflict of interest, y'all. Brian Crow stated that interrogating Taylor about his political viewpoints or political speech will violate his First Amendment rights. Oh, that sounds like some better shit there. Oops, my bad, yeah. And would expose the city to significant legal liability. To me, it sounds like this attorney is trying to scare the city and commissioners from questioning if Taylor is fit for the job. Wasn't she found in Mississippi? Shit, I could be wrong, but I thought she was found in Mississippi burning. Oh, that sounded so bad. Can somebody check that for me? Google that really quick. Because I don't want to put, I thought it was in Mississippi. Hey, Dutchie. Darden, Tennessee. Y'all are right. Where the fuck did I get Mississippi from? Shit, there's so many damn cases. My bad. It was Darden. I don't know. Something similar like that happened in Mississippi, though. Stop. Zeus. Now, don't come over here messing with me. You heard me. I said stop. That's what it is. Thank you, Donna. That Jessica Chambers. That's what it is. I get hers and the other one mixed up. Jessica Chambers. You're right. Thank you. Zeus. Don't look at me like that. Don't start your shit. Let me finish this, please. I don't care. I don't care. Stop. Oh, so you finna show your way. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I have to do this to get him to understand. Stop. You might as well go sit down. Go. So, that is not very manly of you. Who are you talking to? Oh, you got your little medicine. You feeling better now. You think you gonna... I'm watching you. I'm watching you. No. Take that little ragged ass toy and go tear it up some more. Go on, fuss some more. I know. I don't know what you're growling at me for, though, because I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. Is it? See? Now you got them started. Get that shit off of my bed. Go get that. Shit. My ass. Who the fuck is y'all growling at tonight? Alright, I'm gonna act like Big Mama. Ain't nobody getting no dinner tonight. Keep on. Yeah, I know your fat ass wants something to eat. I know my fat ass dog. Yeah, I knew when I knew that. Now where the hell was I at? This is daily. Last night he tore up. I had the rope and ball, like the ball that was attached to the rope, and I had the handle. It didn't last 20 minutes. They tore it up. It didn't last. It didn't last at all. Like, I'm sitting here pulling, and it was a good little workout because both of them was on the rope, but like they ended up breaking it and then looked at me like, bitch, the ball gone. Well, y'all tore it up. Shit, I knew y'all was gonna tear it up. Shit, that's why, like, y'all think toys grow on trees or something. I don't know. But they're my slow ass dogs. I love them. They just slow. They ain't got it all. They don't realize once it's tore up, you can't play with it no more. So And then Zeus big ass come at you like a damn freight train, knowing good and damn well he 115 pounds, but he want to act like he ain't shit. It wouldn't surprise me, Dutch. It wouldn't surprise me. I think I'm gonna name it Nyx because of the because of Zeus. Like when I named Zeus and Callie or Calypso, it did have a meaning behind it because Calypso was so wild. She still is wild, but like when Zeus would put his foot down, she would listen, and I was like, And everybody knows in Greek mythology, Calypso only listened to Zeus. So that's how they ended up getting that name. And then Nyx means night, goddess of night, and enemy of Zeus. So because they're not friends. The possum and them is not friends, y'all. So I have to make sure the possum, like just before I came live, that's what took me so long because I got to scour the backyard first to make sure the possum's not back there. Because God forbid if they do something to the possum, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. Yes, I'm a punk when it comes to animals, and I don't give a damn if it's a wild animal. Look, we know it's an opossum, but in the South, guess what? We gonna call them motherfucking possums. We not putting that O in front of it, okay? And we know there's a big ass difference between opossums and possums. We know, but in the South, that motherfucker gonna be possum. Period. It's like it's possum. We is not putting that O in front of that motherfucker. So just leave it out. Shit. You can sit here and correct us all damn day long. Guess what? It's still possum to us Southerners. Okay? All right. As long as we got that understood. All right, let's get back on Millersville and their fuck shit. Hey, Bo. Honey Elder, I see something. I've missed a lot of y'all, but hey, y'all, I appreciate y'all being here. All right, where the fuck was I at? Taylor has a podcast and he shared bogus conspiracy theories about Nashville Covenant school shooting. I don't know if y'all remember that. Was it last year, Pika, or year before last? The Covenant school shooting where the girl went into the school, and y'all know, you know what happens with school shootings. So Taylor at the time was in between police jobs when he recorded the podcast with two other conspiracy theorists. And Taylor took aim at his two critics, the commissioners. Taylor made comments as he turned to a group of far-right podcasters, which Nonsense highlighted today. So if you go to that live, he was all over podcasts and shit with his right-wing conspiracy theories and all of that shit. Somebody just came in and I missed you. Whoever it was, Sean, hey, how you doing? Proud me. Taylor made comments as he turned to a group of far-right podcasters to defend himself against questions raised by Channel 5. In the interview, Taylor portrays himself as a victim. Yeah, you and Betty is made for each other because y'all love living in that victimhood. And leaves the impression, without evidence, that his investigation of Millersville city officials is somehow linked to his investigations of child sex trafficking. Y'all, everybody is in on it except Sean ass. He the only one that ain't out here doing bogus shit, y'all. This comes a month after the arrest of former Millersville Mayor Tim Lassiter. He was arrested for building permits, and that was done in retaliation. If you look that up, arrested him out of retaliation. He was arrested for building permits. The podcaster asked Taylor, how does the arrest of Tim connect to the child trafficking? Instead of clarifying that the former mayor was arrested and had nothing to do with the trafficking ring, Taylor went on and on about the connection he sees between that issues and those involved in real estate development. How in the fuck did real estate get in with child sex trafficking is beyond me. I don't know. I don't know how we got there. I'm lost just like y'all are lost. That sounds, that deflection bullshit. You know how that shit go. So, back to the operation, the sting operation. The operation was flawed from the jump. A legal analyst stated that this is the most disturbing video they have ever seen. A photo posted by Taylor of the Sting group only has 5 officers, and I did post that in my community tab. You have to go back a while, but I did post the video of him and the people that helped with the sting. So, the group only has 5 officers with no training on how to handle child sex trafficking stings. 2 people called prayer warriors. The woman in the middle is a 3-time Republican candidate for Congress from North Carolina who faced accusations of domestic violence and child abuse. But y'all got this bitch out here setting up people, huh? She's out here for child victims, but she out here committing child abuse her goddamn self. Make it make sense. Am I the only one that's... How, Sway? How? How the fuck can you say you care for kids, but then turn around and have a bitch that has allegations of child abuse? So now I don't know if she was convicted. Really don't give a shit. I'm not going to look for her record. I'm not. I'm just being honest because I was covering the state of Tennessee in Millersville. I don't cover what the fuck is going on in North Carolina. I don't know. But if she has allegations of abuse, why the fuck would you have her on a sting for child sex operation or child sex trafficking? Make it make sense. Anybody. Because, bitch, I wouldn't have you on this shit. No, you sound like you would want to. Nope. Hell, I would act, bitch, do you really? Look at the optics. Look at the optics of this. You got allegations of abuse and you want to come help me with a child sex trafficking ring? Bitch, you ain't bright. You're not the sharpest bulb, huh? The optics of that is horrible by itself. But she does deny the domestic violence and the child abuse. So there's that, y'all. Just FYI. I will put that out there. She does deny that. Once again, I didn't go looking for her record. I don't give a fuck about her. She wasn't a part of the when I was doing this research on Millersville, she wasn't a part of it. Really don't give a fuck about her. So no, I didn't go deep into her background, her past, her arrest record. I didn't. Cash, it is opossum, but in the South, we call it fucking possums. That's just the end of the story. You do have opossum and possum. They're both from the same family, but they do look different. If you look it up, they're completely different. They're from the same family. But like I said, folks in the South, we're not adding that O to it. We're just not. We don't give a damn how many times folks correct us. We don't give a fuck how many times people try. It's opa, bitch, it's possum. End of that. End of story. Possum. Well, seeing that it's an opa, bitch, it's a possum. I'm not arguing with you. In the South, it's a fucking possum. End of story. Go argue with the dog that birthed you. Because I ain't the one. Shit. I can call half goddamn folks in my phone. Do we say possum or opossum? Bitch, get off my phone. You know it's possum. Hold on, wait a minute. No, that ain't no Southern thing nonsense. I don't know shit about kicking shit. Cause I ain't kicked not one let me take that back. I did kick a raccoon one time, but that motherfucker ran up on me and I think it was a rabbit. I did kick a raccoon, but it, like I said, it ran up on me. But other than that, and we ain't kicking animals. The fuck? We not. We don't do that here. I never, like, my dogs get on my nerves and I'll mush the hell out of them and shit, but I ain't kicking them. No, that ain't no goddamn Southern thing. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Kicking any animal is not no fucking Southern thing, period. And I stand on that. The fuck? Kick an animal in front of me and watch what happens. I'ma put it like that. Kick an animal in front of me and watch what happens. Ask Pika how I do. I have stole folks' fucking animals from them and dare them to do something because you're not treating it right. Shit, let me find a home that's gonna do it right. Kick a motherfucking animal in front of me and watch what the fuck happens. I'll steal your goddamn animal so goddamn fast and dare you to do something, bitch. Call police. I don't give a shit. And I'm going to show them the picture where you abusing them. I've done it before. In front of them. Call them. Shit. Fuck out of here with this shit. Nah, kicking no animal. It's like the goddamn monkeys that escaped from the fucking test lab. And folks, where is it? South Carolina? It's in the Carolinas, right? Dutchie? And look, folks, they lock your doors, hide your kids, y'all. Man, let them monkeys be free. Let them stay free. Why we got to test on every goddamn animal known to man? Why? For what? Makeup? Why? I hope they don't catch them either. Shit, I hope they don't catch none of them. Fuck out of here. What the fuck you had all them goddamn monkeys in there for? Weird ass shit. Selfish. People are selfish and they don't even fucking realize it anyway. Let me get back on top. Y'all got me distracted with fucking animals and shit. Y'all gonna make me mad and end up cussing a bitch out. Hey, I know you not over there tearing something up that you not supposed to be. You, fat mama, don't be looking like, huh? You. In their interview, Taylor portrays himself as a victim and leaves the impression that without evidence, his investigation of Millersville city officials is somehow linked to the investigation of child sex trafficking, blah, blah, blah. Now, the operation was flawed from the jump. A legal analyst stated, I already read all of that, yada, yada. Also, there was two MAGA podcasters, a former Navy SEAL, Craig Sawyer. There's no proof that Sawyer's group, Veterans for Child Rescue, has actually rescued any fucking children. But we got a rescue group to rescue kids. But we ain't rescued not one. Nice non. That's a good nonprofit. Yeah. We out here. Oh hell, Dutchie, if that's what they was doing, baby, y'all got some Planet of the Apes type shit going on out there. Y'all might want to be careful because the motherfuckers might for real. Yeah, I'm just saying. You know, the movies be trying to tell us and desensitize us and get us ready for certain shit. I'm just saying. Yeah, I might have Planet of the Apes out there in the next couple of weeks. Just saying. Especially if they testing on the brain and shit. Exactly, pre-programmed. I'm just saying. News Channel 5 brought these revelations to light. A detective stated that Taylor is best friends with the DA in Robertson County, which is the same county that they had to try to bring the SA victim in. Or not the SA victim, the person who literally biked to get to a 12-year-old that he thought was a 12-year-old. That was in that county. So what Taylor did was doing some under the table type shit. Like, I know you'll prosecute him over here in this county if we get him over here. And that's what they was trying to do. So they chose to run the illegal sting out of that county because the DA would ignore the laws Ellie broke to convict the predator. Taylor did not involve other LE agencies with more experience in such operations because of his unfounded conspiracy theories that prominent state officials are involved in the child sex trafficking. Members of a private group posed as online minors, despite Millersville police being told by prosecutors that the sting would be legal only if sworn LE were the ones doing the work. Sean Taylor told one operative that investigators would be using pre-signed search warrants, which is fucking illegal. That's illegal. You cannot do that. That shit is illegal. You cannot have a pre-signed search warrant. That is illegal in all fucking states in the U.S. You cannot. That shit is illegal. Police arrested one suspect when he refused to talk to investigators. They let the camera crew in to investigate, question him, which once again will not stand in court. You heard me. They let camera crews into the interrogation room to interrogate the person too. Yep, you heard it. You heard. Yeah. Yeah. Which it wouldn't stand in court. So a detective boasted that the suspect was being taken to jail where it was likely he might not come out alive. Oh, and that's on video. That is on video. Yeah, the detective was laughing and joking, and yeah, he straight up said, he better hope they let him live. That was on video. Yeah. And even though this motherfucker once again is guilty, dead up to rights, he is guilty. He literally biked to this county, pedaled his ass to the county to get to this 12-year-old. He was guilty. But because of all of this illegal ass shit that they did, guess what? Guess what happened? Somebody got to walk away with no charges, no nothing. Yep, he got away. Now, after all of this shit blew up, guess what happened? Guess what happened after all of this shit blew up? Guess who came a knocking? TBI. TBI said, "Oh, hey Sean, let's have a conversation." So TBI ended up raiding his house, the police station. Yeah, they raided the shit out of him, and his police chief, I think, too. So TBI came and knocking, and they're investigating of possible misuse of sensitive law enforcement data. What's up, Johnson? This data is protected by law. Millersville LE tried to pull this data to dig up dirt on their political enemies. You remember when I told you in the beginning that Sean had tried to fuck with the journalist that was covering this, the one who's been in their ass since the beginning? Sean tried to pull his information and get him fucked off. And he has proof of it. Sean tried to pull the journalist his information that shouldn't have been pulled at all. And they got in trouble for it. They tried to run this journalist off, and he said, fuck you. He did. He said, fuck you. Fuck you. And that's what she wrote in on. He wasn't scared, pretty much. He told Sean, bring it, big boy. Because he is the one who basically blew the whistle on how corrupt Millersville is and how corrupt Sean Taylor is. He is the one who blew the whistle, and after that, he had a target on his back. And Sean Taylor pretty much tried to lock him up, tried to hit him with all type of bullshit. Like, they harassed him. And he said, okay, all right. And he kept on. He kept going. He did not give a fuck. He didn't. He was like, I'm still going to report on your bitch ass. And he did. I mean, that's how I got majority of my information. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have all of this. But he, yeah. TBI is interviewing potential victims where their personal data, even financial data, may have been illegally accessed by Millersville PD. District Attorney Ray Whitley stated there is information that the TBI brought to him, and as a result of that, he asked for the investigation. It's an ongoing investigation, and he really didn't want to comment on it until they found out what was going on. This all is tied to the child sex trafficking ring. News Channel 5 just did another investigation into Assistant Chief Sean Taylor. Reporter Phil Williams, and that's the reporter's name, Phil Williams. So FYI, Phil, you're the fucking GOAT. You the GOAT. You the GOAT, man. Thank you, Cash. Dug into Sean's past, such as previous jobs he claimed to have worked, the retaliation he claimed he faced. Sean claims some of the country's top political figures are a part of this child trafficking. He also claims every time he would go to an agency and start digging, they would shut him down. According to Sean, this put a target on his back. Whatever. You're delusional just like badass, but okay. Sean stated you don't become a gypsy cop going from agency to agency. You just don't. But it got to that point. His whole career is questionable. On his Facebook, he claimed he worked at the Williams County Sheriff's Department. The agency said they had no records of him being an employee. Liar, liar, pants on fire. On a job application, he claimed he worked at Hickman County Sheriff's Department as a deputy sheriff and chief jail administrator. Hickman stated he was only a correctional officer. Once again, liar, liar, pants on fire. Taylor claims he was only wrote up once in his 25 years of law enforcement. He claims he was given a 2-day suspension for a pursuit that went to downtown Nashville. Records show Taylor was almost fired from Columbia PD. In 2009, following a complaint by a woman he was pursuing while he was married. Once again, you want to know why I call you a piece of shit, Sean? That's why. Just saying. She claimed that Taylor continued to call and send her text messages over her objections. Hey, nonsense. Who does this sound like? Listen. Make sure y'all listen. I want y'all to see who this sounds like. Okay. She claimed that Taylor continued to call and send her text messages over her objections, even calling her a N-word with the ER at the end. Just FYI, he did call her the N-word with the hard ER at the end. Even though I'm black, I'm not gonna say it. An N-lover, okay, because she was friends with a black officer. The investigation concluded that he was guilty of harassment, stalking, and criminal trespassing. Who the fuck does that sound like? Who does that sound like? Sean, I think you and that bitch need to get together because I think y'all are a match made in heaven. I do. I think y'all, yeah, delusional together. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Both of y'all. Both of y'all like stalking. Both of y'all like trespassing. Both of y'all like harassing folks. I mean, it's fucking a match made in heaven. Shit. Let's get them together, y'all. Let's try to hook up Sean and BHB. Shit, why not? Fuck it. No, I'm not talking about Seth. You'll never hear me talk about Seth. No, I don't talk about the parents of a missing child. I do not like Seth. Let me rephrase that. I do not like Seth behaviors. But you will not hear me talk about the parents over here. So they had shit. I don't know if they're dating or not. But it sounds like they need to be. It sounds like they need to be. I'm just saying. I mean, shit. The harassment, the stalking, and the criminal trespassing. No, we're talking about Sean Taylor from Millersville PD. I'm not talking about Seth. No. This is about Millersville. This is strictly about what Nonsense covered earlier today when Betty tried to connect all of this shit together. Bitch, do you not realize the shit that you're trying to connect together? It ain't right either. Like, they fucked up too in Millersville. You do realize that, right? What the fuck is it with all these goddamn emails today? I ain't even at work. I was, oh shit. Yeah, no. We're talking about Sean Taylor in Millersville, PD. Yeah. No. I'm not talking about, that's the thing, Pete. I don't even know what the fuck that. Cash, your ass about to get put in timeout. Your ass about to go in timeout. It's possums. I don't give a damn. The O is silent, like Rona said. The hell out of here. That's what I was saying in the chat, y'all. Like, I have covered this man extensively. Like, when I was put on Millersville, y'all gotta thank Pika for that. I don't even know why the fuck I'm getting messages like that, honestly, because like all the ads for jobs I have is closed. I don't know. Anyway, I don't even know how the folks is applying, but I had covered him extensively because of the FBI or TBI raiding them. Like, they legit raided the police department with the fuck shit that they were doing. And like I said, a child predator got to walk because of his fucked up police practices. This man has lied about everything he has ever fucking done. He has lied, legit lied. He hasn't been truthful about shit he has done. Nothing. So, of course, Taylor initially denied the claims. Then he worked out a deal for a 10-day suspension. And this is where we're talking about where he harassed this woman and called her a ninja lover. Yeah, and stalked and all of that. So he initially denied the claims, and then he worked out for a deal for a 10-day suspension. As I stated, Taylor is big on the conspiracy theories. Taylor claims that during his investigation, and this is the best part, y'all, someone showed up to his house and warned him. He claims a week later, he was involved in a head-on collision. Liar, liar, pants on motherfucking fire once again. He claims because he was so close to the truth that someone tried to kill him. Someone tried to kill him. Because he was so close. He was this goddamn close, y'all. He was close. He claims a week later he was involved in a head-on collision. The report stated that the other driver ran a stop sign. Both vehicles swerved to avoid each other before colliding, and Taylor had no significant injuries. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. But somebody tried to hit him head on. Shit. They tried to hit him head on. Let him tell it, though. The accident took him out of work for a year. I bullshit y'all not. He claimed workers' comp for a year, y'all. I bullshit y'all. From this little fender bender, he claimed workman's comp for a whole fucking year because he was so close. He was this close. They got his personal file, and it shows several months after the accident, Taylor suddenly left a note with his badge and keys. The note said his grandmother was ill. He gave no notice that he was about to quit. He did not respond to calls or emails. Then in the fall of 2022, he claimed his life was in danger again. God damn, sir, you just out here dodging all the goddamn bullets, huh? You just so close, like everybody and their mama want to take you out. You that fucking important. Shit. Goddamn, you the next Donald Trump. You just that fucking important, huh? Whatever. Said a white van sat in his cul-de-sac 2 days in a row. A few months later, before he was hired by Millersville, Taylor reported someone shot his house up, and Nonsense covered this. According to a police report, Taylor claimed he was targeted because he had proven that numerous high-ranking politicians and judges in that area are linked to money laundering and narcotics delivering and sales. Taylor said that the TBI was called to investigate, and he gave the agents permission to search his property for evidence. He claims she went rogue and began searching without him present. Sir, she ain't gotta have your goddamn permission. She ain't. The fuck? If you claim your life is in danger and you like, huh? So you got mad because she was searching the property. Ain't that what the fuck you called them for? You swore your life was so in danger that you needed law enforcement come investigate. Well, TBI came, and now all of a sudden they went rogue. You don't want them on your property no more. All right. He kicked her off the property. TBI is still investigating the shooting at his house. There's actually questions whether it's a real or one of his conspiracy theories, and a lot of people is leaning to he faked it. There was no witnesses, no cameras, and whoever fired the shots left behind no shell casings. Y'all know my favorite saying. Y'all know it. Receipts or that shit didn't happen, big dog. Receipts or it didn't happen. So, man, I need the receipts. If you ain't got a motherfucking shell casing, no camera, no nothing, then that shit didn't happen. Or you did it your damn self because you that fucking, ooh, I almost said the R word. You that goddamn slow. No shell casings, nothing. Not even fucking tire tracks. Nothing. That's why everybody said, nah, you did that shit to your house and you trying to make it seem like motherfuckers is after you. Because that, hell no. No, fuck out of here. I think it's time for me to swap over to the new one. The other notebook. Oh, she is saying that corruption is so deep, as she was, from my understanding, I think nonsense. I have to explain that more because I was in and out. I showed up an hour late. Then my sister called me. I just called Millersville, and that shit got me fired the fuck up because I was like, wait, I covered that shit. I know all about his piece of shit ass. Pika, handle that for me, please. Nonsense. I don't care. Somebody handle that for me. Yeah, because I don't do that. I don't come to your house and tell you how to talk. Don't come to mine. Please don't. I'm not finna be politically correct. I'm not finna kiss ass to get views. I'm not finna sit here and have corporate America voice on. I do that shit from 9 to fucking 5, Monday through Friday. So I'm not doing it on the weekends, my days off. After 5 o'clock, this is what the fuck you get. The Memphis bitch. Shit, I'm labeled a motherfucking thug, so guess what? I'm gonna be a thug in these streets. So, but you have a good day, though. And I appreciate it, but don't come to my house tell me how to operate, because I don't do that. I don't go to other people's house and tell them how to fucking cook their food, how to wipe their feet at the front door. I don't do none of that, so don't come to mine. I don't do this for money. I don't give a shit who cares about how I speak, how I don't speak. I'll never be politically correct on this channel, so this probably is not the channel for you. Just saying. Just saying. Oh yeah, not that's what got me. That's why I said let me do the recap on this, because nonsense when Betty tried to tie all of this shit together, I'm sitting here like, wait, what? Huh? She did what? And I was like, nonsense. You know I don't like that piece of shit. You know I don't like this piece of shit dude. He's a piece of shit. Well, thank you, Autumn. Jones, y'all, you need to go watch Nonsense Stream that she did earlier. She can explain it better because, like I said, I was in and out. from my understanding, though, Betty is trying to tie like Sebastian shit into the Millersville. Your guess is just when I heard, I'm like, wait, what? Well, I mean, her and Sean would be a match made in heaven, but she's doing what? I don't. So that's what made me say, you know what, fuck it, let's do a recap of Millersville so y'all can see how deep this corruption is. It's deep in this county. It's deep in this city. Between law enforcement, the DA, and all of this shit, you got DAs in other counties being best friend with this cop and choosing to ignore laws. Hey, bruh. So it's that's why I said, no, let me recap on Millersville so everybody know how fucked up Millersville is. It's fucked up. So let's talk about the raids really quick. And I think that's it. Yeah, that looks like it's it after that. The raids. And then I'll let y'all go. I'll let y'all go. I think that's it. Let me double check. Yeah, that's it. So we'll talk about the raids and then y'all can have a good night. All right. So the TBI raids Millersville. So that's where agents with TBI searched the Millersville Police Department Wednesday. Susan Nealon, spokesperson for the TBI, confirmed via email just before 11:30 a.m. that agents were conducting a search warrant execution at the Millersville Police Department as a part of the ongoing investigation. Nealon said later Wednesday afternoon that a second search warrant was carried out at Millersville Assistant Police Chief Sean Taylor's White House area home on Skyhawk Court. The house sits in Robertson County between White House and Cross Plains, and that is Pika Stumping area. She can tell y'all more about it than I can. The White House is a racist ass county, just FYI. If you don't believe me, ask her. Nealon did not provide any details about the nature of the investigation. This is part of an ongoing investigation. We don't have any additional information to provide at this stage. The search comes after months of turmoil in Millersville that led to most of the city officials to resign or be fired, including a recent hired police chief. Brian Morris, a former chief of the now defunct Ridgetop Police Department in Robertson County, was named Millersville Police Chief in February. In April, Morris was appointed interim city manager, working both jobs, but largely relinquishing day-to-day police operations to Taylor. Morris said investigators took some laptops and case files. These are case files we have tried to get them to help us with when in the past, Morris said. Now, this is where they tried to flip it, okay? They sat here and tried to say that they have been trying to give these cases to TBI. So why did they come in with guns blazing, basically? And TBI was like, no. That's not what we're here. We're here because y'all are fucking illegally pulling data on people that you shouldn't be pulling data on, including financial records. That's why we're here. They tried to flip it. They definitely tried to flip it. He added that he welcomes investigations, saying authorities now have everything Millersville police have been trying to give them. Bullshit. He called the raid unnecessary. I think it's retaliatory in nature. Morris said, we would have given them access to anything they asked for without the show of force. I believe it was done to make us look bad and undermine our credibility. What credibility? What credibility? Serious question. What credibility? You let a fucking child rapist walk, or child molester, whatever the fuck, damn near. Because if it wouldn't have been, imagine if a 12-year-old truly was talking to him. This motherfucker biked to get to them, and he walked because of a technicality in the state of Tennessee that law enforcement has to be the ones doing the communication and doing all the work. And then y'all fucking lied on the stand and said that you did all the work. So what credibility? Don't worry, I'll wait. Because you ain't got none with me. I see past all the bullshit that y'all have done. There is no credibility. Moore said the city requested months ago for the TBI investigate alleged criminal activity that occurred in Millersville before January 2024. Those acts included police misconduct involving employment of uncertified police officers, the printing of police commission cards, theft of city documents and city property, election fraud, and voter fraud. Surprise, surprise. Just a fucked up ass county. Moore said TBI search of City Hall Wednesday sought election information he said is alleging official misconduct involving individuals previously offered to state investigators. As we all know, Millersville PD has been restricted by limited access to a crucial financial crime database. Chill. Millersville Police Chief confirmed last month that his department was restricted from using the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, or FinCEN, which is FINCEN, just FYI, to track financial related crimes. FinCEN is basically created to safeguard, to combat money laundering and crimes related to terrorism. It also promotes national security through the use of financial crimes. Brian Moore stated, we run those reports through TBI, and they are the ones that restricted access. Why? Because y'all were sitting here running reports on folks like Mr. Field, the News Channel 5 journalist that y'all was trying to hang to the wall because he was up Sean's ass. I'm just saying. Just saying. He said that the TBI told him that his department access was restricted due to standard audit. They have been accused of requesting information, people who speak out against Millersville PD Assistant Chief Sean Taylor. Now, Millersville officials have completely flipped the script and have claimed that they've been trying to give these documents to TBI for months. Millersville City Attorney Brian Crow says city leaders are confused about why the TBI decided to raid the police department. Brian, if I was you, I would back out slowly. As a matter of fact, not even slowly, fast. Because your buddy, Sean, is going to get you fucked off. Just saying. In fact, he says they made several attempts to provide the agency with information they requested. In a lot of ways, we're relieved that they have finally come in here to take the files we've been trying to give them for months now, Kroll emphasized. So there's the recap on TBI, Millersville, Mr. Piece of Shit, Sean Taylor. There's your recap. That is how. And now you got Betty, bitch ass. And I stand by that. Now you got Betty's bitch ass sitting here claiming some bullshit. And so, man, when I heard Millersville, I was then my sister called me. I'm like, God damn it. And I don't talk to my sister like a lot, so I had to answer it. So I know if she's calling, it's either something wrong or like, and because we don't talk like that, and we had like an hour conversation today, so that was another reason I was like, because I had told her, not man, you know I want that link, right? So she mentioned Millersville because I'm like, he's a piece of shit. Sean is a piece of shit, but him and Betty is match made in heaven, real shit. Yes, Autumn. They did. They definitely tried. Niecy not big enough. Not big enough from the shit they've been going through. To have four police chief, three city managers, uh, five officers that wasn't even fucking qualified to be officers as officers. Then they got sued because of the discrimination and all of that. Like, Millersville ain't it. It ain't. And what's going on out there ain't it. It's not bigger than a minute. You blink, you'll miss it, honestly. Um, and that's why he's able to get away with the shit he gets away with. But like I said, if it wasn't for that woman coming out and basically saying, no, they lied on the stand. That was me talking and pretending that I was the 12-year-old girl. If that wouldn't have came out, then none of this other shit would have came out. Like they wouldn't have, you know what I'm saying? But when she came forward and said, no, they're lying. That's not true. I was the one talking to the perp. If it wasn't for her, Miss Kim, which I have to give credit to her, she stood up. If it wasn't for her stepping up and saying, no, what they testified on the stand isn't correct, I was the one who was talking to or pretending to be the 12-year-old. And like I said, in the state of Tennessee, it has to be law enforcement from start to finish. You cannot bring in third parties like Rescue or Phoenix, whatever the hell, Vets for Risk. You cannot have a third party come in and do the communication between the perp and the imaginary 12-year-old. It doesn't work like that. That shit is going to get thrown out, which is what happened with this one. Like I said, this man literally bite. This man literally bite to what he thought was a 12-year-old girl waiting on him from a different county. This man rode a bike, pedaled to a different county to meet up with this alleged 12-year-old. And because they did the investigation the way they did by the pre-signed search warrants, which is completely illegal, the letting the film crew in the interrogation room and filming it and thinking that he was going to answer questions when he had already said, I want my lawyer. Once you say, I want my lawyer, all of that shit needs to stop. Bottom line. Regardless if I know, and I'm not defending him, but at the end of the day, that piece of shit has rights. Bottom line. And then, like I said, you had her admitting and saying, no, that wasn't right. I was the one who was talking to him. None of that shit was admissible in court. So guess what? He walked his ass right on up out the jail. They even tried to get him killed in jail because they was like, yeah, in jail, we about to put him in. He probably ain't gonna survive. Like, they fucked up bad. They fucked this case up bad. And they let a child predator walk because of their fucked up practices, their bullshit ass tactics, their piece of shit police chief or assistant police chief and the police chief, because the police chief is actually backing him. A lot of people don't realize that because folks be like, where's the police chief? He's backing Sean bitch ass. So This is why I got in Millersville ass the way I did. This is why I roasted Sean Taylor's ass the way I did. This is why I roasted everybody that was involved with this case, including the city attorney, all of these motherfuckers that sat here and said, yeah, he's a good cop. No, the fuck he's not. He's lied on his resume. He claimed he worked at places he didn't. He claimed he was a fucking deputy and all of that shit. And then turn around. No, you were a fucking jailer. You were a corrections deputy. And nobody sees an issue with that. Nobody. And now you got this weird ass bitch clinging and hoping that this shit'll stick for her. But look at the corruption. Look at the corruption. Bitch, sit your... Boy, I be wanting to say that R word. Y'all just don't know. I be wanting to say it because in Memphis, we say it. I know it's offensive to some, but in Memphis, we say that shit. And we'll say it in an endearing way, but we'll also say it like, boy, sit your R ass down. I be wanting to, but see, I don't say everything I want to say. So if I cuss, let me fucking cuss shit. And don't be putting y'all's religions off on me. Don't do that. Not saying I don't believe in God. I don't do that. Just don't do that with me. Because that's the fastest way to get cussed out with me. Yeah. Sean is, I mean, it's bad in Millersville. I thought corruption was fucked up here in Memphis. It's worse when you get in them smaller towns. And this shit goes on for years. I mean, this shit in Millersville has been going on for so long. Like, no, I'm not talking about that word. R word that is related to, let me put, slow. Like, you slow, man. That R word. I'm not talking about shit. I ain't got no problem saying rape, none of that, because I'm not monetized, so I don't worry about shit like that. It's a different word that people are so offended by. So there you go. Exactly, Sunday. You know exactly what I'm trying to say. Tard. But when I heard what the fuck Betty was doing, I'm like, oh no, let me recap this for everybody so everybody can see how bad it is in Millersville, because it's bad. It's bad. And if she's gonna sit here and try to cling and hope and pray on that, you're welcome, nonsense. She's doomed. She's fucked. Because, baby, I would not be using them as no. Because they got the TBI all up their ass. Of course, I haven't updated with them in a while because really there hasn't been any updates that has came out about Millersville lately. I remember when the raid happened, and I remember when they had raided the police department and, his house, but there hasn't really been any other updates other than what I've read so far to y'all. But I can't believe she went through that length to try to make. She's reaching, and she's reaching so damn hard. You're making my back and shoulders hurt, bitch. Like, real shit. She's grasping, Autumn. She's grasping at straws. She knows she's fucked. She knows she fucked. She knows she broke them laws here. Gil. We got, hey baby, shit. Y'all know I got corruption in Memphis. Speaking of, they think we don't know. They done put out 2 more units. All right, and they said they was done. You remember they could no longer put out pretextual stops. Well, guess what? They back to doing pretextual stops. They back out here profiling folks. So the other day I went to the gas station and I see the cop. He's sitting in the parking lot. All right, he's literally sitting in the gas station parking lot, and I'm like, damn, what is he doing? And I'm thinking, well, maybe he's doing some paperwork on the little computer or whatever, right? I pull in the parking spot. Hey, Am. And I seen this guy walk out. When he walked out, he got in the van. And when the van pulled off, the police pulled off right behind him. As soon as he entered the street, whoop, whoop, lit his ass up. So he waited until he got off of private property and got back onto the roadway to light his ass up. I go and pick up my food and come back through because I had to pick up something for the dogs. And they got 4 cop cars on the van. They done pulled everybody out the van. Everybody just standing on the corner of the street. And I'm just like, and this all happened Halloween weekend. Like, it was crazy here Halloween. Like, they had the choppers out all night. Somebody got arrested because they were pointing the laser at the chopper. So yeah, he got locked up. We had folks rob, actually, I don't go to that location, but they robbed the bank that I bank at. Like, so much shit happened on Halloween weekend. But they ended up putting out 2 new units out here to patrol the streets. And what they're doing is they're concentrating in an area each week. So one week, say they'll be in Fraser, and they'll be deep as hell in Fraser. And they're basically pulling everybody over to check to see if you have warrants. They don't care if the warrants is like animal abuse and, failure to appear, any of that. If you have a warrant, they're locking your ass up. So they have said that. So each week they'll go to a different part of Shelby County and they're pulling everybody over. They'll have little checkpoints up because they did it over here in Raleigh this past weekend. Because I was like, what the fuck? And sure as shit, they was out here pulling everybody over. So they, yeah. So I was like, well, we're probably about to hear more cases of bullshit. And I know in Hickory Hill just yesterday, car went on a high-speed chase. 2 people were killed, 4 people injured. See, they've been back chasing folks. And they had called off chasing for a while, but they're back chasing folks now. And now they did the same thing in South Haven. South Haven is Mississippi. They chased somebody. That person ended up dying from a crash. So I'm just going to say this. If you're in Memphis and you in these streets, 1, stay dangerous. Y'all know our motto, stay dangerous. But be careful. Because they're not playing. They done already told us they're not playing with our asses no more. They're not putting up with our shit no more. And look what they're trying to do as far as like bonds and stuff. It's not going to go in your favor. It's not. So if you're going to be out here in these streets and you're going to be out here doing that doggish ass shit, please be careful. I don't knock nobody what they do for a living. If you sell, you sell. If you do this, you do that. I don't knock nobody. I know what it's like. It's hard as hell. especially here in this city right now. Jobs, even they'll lie and say they got jobs, but you'll apply and they're not giving folks call back and shit like that. Luckily, I have a job, but I know what it's like for these other folks. And if you're a felon, who the fuck gonna call you back besides McDonald's or fast food shit? I don't even think Chick-fil-A will call you back. So, if you're gonna be out here in these streets, stay dangerous, but be careful. Because they're not playing. And then I just be careful. That's the best I can say for any and everybody. I'm watching how I move. I suggest everybody else do the same because they're not playing, and which I understand why. Folks is tired of this shit. You can't go nowhere without getting robbed, shot, jacked. Kim, that's the thing. Like here, they're laying off folks. We just had a major company here lay off 400 people. But then turn around a different job and say they'll have a job fair and that they're hired, and then these folks will show up, but none of them ever get a call back. They'll lie and say they have these jobs available, but like my sister, she was just telling me about that. I know she's qualified. That girl got a whole damn degree. She's a fucking social worker. She's a social worker. She has a degree, and I know she's qualified on certain jobs. They won't even call her back. And she's taking a pay decrease from what, because, I mean, I've always told her, I don't know how you do it, because I'd be wanting to take some vigilante justice and shit like that. And, yeah. I can't do it. I can't. I couldn't. And so more power to her. But she's been looking for shit, and I'm to that point where I might have to. And I've been with my company for 10 years, but what they're doing, I'm just. I don't appreciate how they're treating us. Well, that's the thing. She's willing to take the pay cut, so that's why it doesn't make sense either way it go. She's not applying to be like another social worker at a different. She's applying to like fucking Hobby Lobby, McDonald's, Rowley's, Checkers. Like she's not even applying for jobs in her field. She's just applying for something like a dishwasher part time, something like that. And they are not calling folks back. They're not. They are crap. Our minimum wage is still. Go look what our minimum wage is. Go look at Tennessee minimum wage. And it's a lot of companies still. Some companies out here tote $9 as a big pay. $9. Our minimum wage requirements is $7.25. $7.25. When our cost of living has nearly doubled because we had the great migration, because everybody named Mammy from California from New York realized how cheap you could get land here and how cheap the taxes was. Rent is no longer $800-900. That shit has skyrocketed to $2,000. Hell, our light bill used to average from anywhere from $100-200 to now it's $400-500 every month. Taxes, my taxes, I pay. I'll tell y'all the truth. I pay $7,000 in taxes every year. Well, it just went up another 1,000 thanks to people passing a fucking increase. So yeah. And nobody out here is trying to hire. Because I've even applied for part-time jobs. I ain't even getting calls back. That's the thing, crime. She doesn't want she doesn't want to do it anymore. She's done. She's done. That's what she's saying. She's done with it. She's done with the social work. She's done the mental toll it takes on those people. She's done. So that's why she's willing to take a decrease. She pretty much doesn't want to do social work anymore. And I'm just like, yeah, you wasted 4 years of college and put yourself in debt for no damn reason, but that's for you. But no, she's done. In so many words, she's through with it. So hell yeah. I don't, like I said, I don't know how she does it. I don't. And she works for a college. She works for a college here in our city. Like I said, victim advocate, basically social worker. She deals with rape and things like that. And she's just tired, which I get because it takes a mental toll on you. Shit, Jones, and I wish I had a blunt. I ain't got no blunt tonight. I'm upset about that. Anyway, I don't even work like in mental health and dealing with it. But I'm burnt out. I'm burnt out from my job right now. Like I've been debating if I want to go ahead and just take 2-3 weeks off because I got it. I can do it. But because after we had a conference call the other day, I was really ready to quit right then and there. I ain't gonna lie. Because I'm like, you're constantly fucking us and y'all want to holler company savings, but you're not saving for us, you're saving for you. So do you really give a shit? And of course, I know Fortune 500 companies, they don't give a shit about you. They care about themselves and the fucking bonuses they get at the end of the year. They don't give a shit about you. Now, Kim, I think I'm kind of done in the field I'm in too, honestly. I'm tired of dealing with it. I'm tired of dealing with men that feel like women can't be in this field because you have a lot of egotistical men out here, narcissistic ass men. Men that think you don't know what you're talking about because you're a woman, even though you're in trucking. Sir, I was raised in a fucking truck. Literally. I've been to the lower 48 by the time I was 7, thanks to my daddy. So I know what the truckers go through. I know the shit y'all deal with. I know how truckers' life is. And shit, I probably can drive a truck better than you, and I don't even have a CDL. Because my daddy had me backing that big bitch up. He did. I will say that. No, but that was back when there wasn't cameras and shit, and you still had paper logs, and folks could fudge the paper logs to get their money. I'll never forget when that damn driver told me in the middle of an interview, I know how to fudge the paperwork to get my money. You know what I'm saying? Sir, have a good day, because you're not finna basically fuck my company out of time, and you pretty much telling me you know how to fudge the log books to get your money. Get the fuck out of my face. It's like, I'll never forget that. That was one of my first interviews too, when I had moved over to that side. Yeah, that's why I said, like, in the trucking industry, it And on that note, we're going the fuck home. On that note, we're going home. We're closing this shit out. See? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. We're not doing this shit tonight. So, on that note, told y'all StreamYard hates my ass. I told y'all that motherfucker booted me out, all the way out. But y'all have a good night. Y'all be safe out here. Don't do shit stupid. Don't be stupid. Drink responsibly, as somebody say, since we're going to go all left field like we normally do with our conversations. Y'all be safe out here. Y'all have a good night. And if you know you need a tow, call the record service. They'll come get you. What is it called? Tow and what, y'all? Well, I forgot. Nonsense. You may remember. But y'all have a good night, and I'll try to I plan on doing another live this weekend. I think it'll probably be Sunday, most likely, because I have been working on a different case that I want to bring to y'all attention. So, but y'all have a good night, and I'll catch y'all later. All right. Peace, y'all.